Hello and welcome to a client result interview. I am here with the beautiful Victoria, who I've been working with exclusively in a one-on-one VIP coaching container for 3 months now. And I'm super stoked to have you here today, Victoria, because we're going to just have a conversation and talk a little bit about your experience and what it was like working together and about all of those huge shifts that you've undergone in the last 3 months. So before we dive in, I'm definitely going to ask you some questions. I would just love if you could introduce yourself to those who are watching.
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Victoria D'Ambrosio. I am a mindset coach, and specifically, I help aspiring business owners who struggle with perfectionism overcome the mindset blocks so they can start their online business and build a life and business that they love. So I'm really excited to be here today.
Yes, Victoria, you are like the perfectionism queen. If you guys haven't yet, check her out on TikTok and Instagram because she's absolutely blown up. But we will get to that for sure. I will definitely make sure you share at the end of this interview how people can get in touch with you. But first, I just want to start off by, if you could, just share what was kind of happening in your life and business that really led you to work with me.
Yeah. Just so for context for everyone, I just started my whole online business coaching journey in September. And when I say just started, it means I decided and made like my very first post on TikTok, right? And so between September, I knew I always wanted to do coaching and have a coaching business. I knew I had to start showing up online if I wanted to do that. And I had it in my head that it would probably take me about a year to grow a following for this to really even be something that was plausible for me. But basically, I kind of blew up a little bit on TikTok, which was awesome and surprising. But it all came in really quickly. And so I had a big audience, but I didn't really know who exactly I was serving, right? I was talking about mindset and perfectionism in general. And I was starting to get interest from clients, but I didn't really have anyone specific that I was talking to. I didn't have a specific problem I was solving. It was kind of just a little bit of everything, a jack of all trades within the mindset and business coaching sphere. And so I knew that if I wanted to create a coaching business that was sustainable over the long term and really using this growth to fuel a sustainable business and not just have something die out, I needed to take my sales and marketing really, really seriously because I was getting clients or interested people who were interested in coaching, but it was more sporadic and it wasn't regular and there wasn't any rhyme or reason. It was just happening, which of course super grateful for, but I needed, for it to be sustainable to have more of a process and more clarity in place. And that's when I found Regina on TikTok and really wanted to start working with her to hone in the sales and marketing piece to really make sure that I was building a business that would be able to sustain me, for the foreseeable future.
I really love that you already were in this like long-term plan, like really knowing that it is time to invest in yourself for the long term. And then you took the leap. And I'm so glad that the TikTok universe brought us together. I absolutely love TikTok. And I would love if you could just share a little bit about like the behind the scenes of what it was just like working together and getting to co-create this business with you, this amazing, unstoppable coaching business.
Yeah, I thought it was really great because I think a lot of where you shine is like where I needed help, which is also why I hired you, right? So specifically, one thing for me is for anyone who's familiar with the terms like masculine and feminine energy or that yin and yang, Regina knows is I was so deep into the masculine, the hustle, hustle, hustle work. And that was because my background, I was in finance. And so used to just like always working, working, working and not really incorporating that feminine energy and the spirituality as much. Like I was spiritual, like I knew about manifestation, all these things, but I wasn't really like that was like the side dish versus like the main course is how I kind of think about it in my brain. And so working with you, like, yes, we were doing those strategic things, like really narrowing down the niche, which as Regina knows is something I was going in circles on for a very long time because I was like, oh, I want to help all these people and really working to refine who exactly it is I wanted to serve. But also learning to sit in that feminine energy as well, and not just the hustle, 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 masculine energy all the time, and knowing it's going to be okay if you, embrace that side of things as well, and finding that balance.
I'm getting goosebumps while you say that because it was such a pleasure getting to witness this process, Victoria. Like, just like you said, we obviously went to work with the strategy, your niche, and the sales funnel, and the sales process, and your marketing and messaging. But really, we had a lot of fun and depth doing a lot of the energetics work in your business. And I just want to commend you, sister, because I know that it was not always the easiest, but you stuck it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sister. So I have a question. What then would you say are some of the biggest results then that you received from working together? And I would love if you could speak into both the intangible and tangible results.
Yeah. I think starting with intangible, just the more like spirituality, feminine energy thing was huge for me, because, like I said, coming into this, I was not like that at all. And I obviously still have work to do in balancing them out, but I am much more balanced now, and recognize the importance of that in just, the broader spirituality piece in general, and really incorporating that, and just showing up in that like more confidence in my coaching and my offer and my content, because now I know exactly who I'm speaking to and the problems that they solve and how I can help them, right? So those are more of the intangible, but from like a tangible perspective as well, like growing my TikTok even more, starting on Instagram. I didn't have an Instagram when Regina and I started, and actually I didn't have Instagram probably until like halfway through our container, because I had so many like, I just wanted to be on TikTok for a while. I didn't want to go on Instagram for all of these reasons. Some of them were strategic, some of them were mindset related, right? But then like starting and growing on Instagram together, and then signing, 5K, a 5K client was like another big one for me too, since I had raised my rates. So those were some of the more tangible results in our container together.
Yes, sister, so many wins to be celebrating. I love it. I love it. And from this, right, like, how do you feel you are up leveling moving forward? Like, really, what is kind of next for you?
Yeah, I think it's really taking all of the clarity that we've boiled down in terms of who I'm serving, and really understanding their problems deeply, and just going like all the way through with it. Because for me personally, that was my issue. I kept getting stuck, because when you're more general in who you're serving, you can't create a whole different, like a whole program or a whole product suite and all of these different things when you don't fully understand who you're serving, or you just don't have someone so specific in mind that you can create certain things that are going to get results for them, right? Because everyone will be different if you're not serving that one type of client. And so really taking what we've worked on from that clarity, and just completely running with it, with like new one-on-one coaching, a group coaching program, and like all the new content. Like I just started a podcast, like all of these things, but I had to really work to refine the clarity to be able to do all of that. And I think if some people are listening to that, I know it can be frustrating, because you're like, at least if you're like me, you're like, you just want to like run. You just want to, you're like, I want that. And I just like want to have like the top 100 podcasts. I want to have all the TikTok followers. I want to have this 6-figure coaching business. And you just like want to be there. And it's important. What I found is to take one step back so you can take 10 steps forward. And I think that's what's really important, because before I was just trying to like go forward before I like even knew where I was going, right? I was like running down this road, but I didn't even know what road I was on, or if it was the right road to begin with, right? And so it's really important to take a step back, and before you're like darting down this like road, is this where you want to be going, and what kind of clarity you have? So lots of stuff in the works that's now possible, because I'm very clear and confident in who I'm serving, because as you know, I kind of circled back on that a couple of times, but now we're here, we know we're good.
We're here, sister. And in 3 months, you just like up leveled your mindset, the clarity, finding that balance in feminine and masculine. You had your first 5K client. You started on Instagram. Your podcast is blowing up.
Yeah, we're
Absolutely
already
incredible.
charting after episode 1. That's another tangible win. So,
There you go. So this is what happens when you're in this energy, right? Of really investing in your business and in yourself, really stepping in to become this coach and this woman that has all the things that you desire. So I just commend you 100%. So I guess my last question is, what would you say to anyone who's maybe watching this and is considering working in a VIP one-on-one container or even in my mastermind UCM, what would you say to them if they're like on the fence?
yeah. Well, I do want to say one thing. First of all, if you're on the fence with like the VIP one-on-one, also do know that you get access to the other programs, or I believe they will in the future, right? Too, yeah. Which is another like huge benefit that I feel like we didn't talk about, where you get the one-on-one with Regina, but you also get the like coaching support from the group program, which is awesome because you have that content, but also you're in that container with the other like-minded women who are going to be in there. And that is really, really powerful. And that's another really great piece that I've connected with those other women as well. And just to see their journeys and how similar we are. But what I would say if you're on the fence with coaching is like really take a second and think about what you need to succeed to move forward and be honest with yourself, right? I think sometimes we like to think, oh, I could just do it on my own. And I did that for a while too. Like I was like, oh, I should be able to just do it on my own. But just be honest with yourself, because eventually I got to the place where it's like, I could, sure. And I can like scrap together a bunch of YouTube videos and I can do it. Like I'm smart and I'm capable, right? But it's like, do I want to spend all that time doing that? Do I want someone who has already, figured it out, just show me the ropes? It's kind of like the cheat sheet, right? Did I want to spend 3 years trying to figure it out, or did I want to put in 3 months and just, knock out all that time? So to be honest with yourself and what you need to get to your next level, and asking yourself, especially if you want to be a coach, right? Like it's important that being in integrity, like, are you willing to invest in yourself as well, right? And see those transformation. But I mean, working with Regina has been amazing for me. And like, there's just, especially if you're someone who infuses business and spirituality, like this is such a great container where I haven't seen a lot of that in at least my sphere. It's usually only business, only spirituality. And this is a really good mix of both. So if you're feeling called to up level in your business, if you know you need help with some of these like marketing and sales funnel type things, and you're ready to like go to the next level, then you should absolutely book a call.
Thank you for that, Victoria. So beautiful, sister. So before we close out, how can people find you? Like if they want to connect with you on Instagram or TikTok?
Yes, I would love to connect. I'm at Victoria D'Ambrosio on TikTok and Instagram, same handle. And then my podcast is The Mindset Edit. So that is where you can find me and all my things.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Victoria, for being here, sister. I can't wait to continue to co-create with you. And for all of you that are watching, I mean, you just heard directly from Victoria, but I do have a couple of VIP one-on-one spots available right now, and this will be the last time for a bit that I have these seats open. So, like Victoria said, if you're on the fence, maybe this is the sign that you needed, click the link in my bio to apply now, and we'll take it from there. So, thank you for watching, and I will see all of you soon.